In this lesson video, we are going to cover the basics of mesh editing in Blender. First, let's discuss on how we can do basic transformation inside the edit mode. In edit mode, we can do transformation on sub-objects just like how we do transformation at object level. For example, we can click drag like this to select these vertices. Then, to move these vertices, we can activate the Move tool and then use the Move manipulator to reposition these vertices. To rotate, we can use the Rotate tool. And to scale, we can use the Scale tool. The same principle applies to Edge sub-object mode and Face sub-object mode. So just for a quick example, we can go to the Edge sub-object mode, use the Selection tool, and then select these edges in here. We can activate the Rotate tool and rotate these edges. If we go to the Face mode and select this face for example, and then activate the Scale mode, we can scale this face like this. So again, basically, we can do transformation inside the edit mode just like how we do it in the object mode, okay? A lot of times, when we are modeling, we need to tweak vertices or other sub-object types quickly. What I mean about tweaking is selecting and moving sub-objects repeatedly and quickly. For example, let's say I want to make the mouth of this monkey head model to smile. In conventional way, we can stay in the Move tool and then select a vertex by clicking on it, then use the manipulator to move the vertex. Then click again to select, and then move it again, and so on, just repeating the process. As you can see, this method is just too slow. There is a better way to tweak sub-objects, and that is by using the Select and Move mode. To access it, if you click and hold on the Select tool, you can see that the Select tool is actually consists of 4 different tools: the Select tool, Select box, Select circle, and Select lasso. So all this time, we actually have been using this Select box in here. What we are interested now is this tool, the Select tool, or what I like to call it, the Select and Move tool, because that is what actually this tool do. We can even see the arrows in the icon showing that you can move things around with this tool. So select the tool. Then to tweak a vertex, you simply need to click and drag like this. So instead of clicking and then clicking and dragging like before, we can tweak vertices with a single click drag. It is much easier and faster this way. The next thing I want to cover is creating new object inside the edit mode. If you are in the object mode, pressing Shift A and then create a mesh object, for example a UV sphere, that object will become an independent object. We can see it has its own name in the outliner. But notice, if we are in the edit mode, let's move the 3D cursor to this location first, and then press Shift A to create a new object. We can see that the pop-up panel looks a bit different. We cannot create objects except the mesh type. If we choose this cylinder for example, the new cylinder will become part of the current object. So there is no new object listed in the outliner. If we go back out to the object mode and try to move this object, the monkey head and the cylinder move together because they are actually part of the same object. Okay, so that is the difference in creating new objects between the object mode and the edit mode. The last modeling feature we are going to discuss in this lesson is Symmetrize feature. As the name implies, it is used to create symmetrical mesh. For example, we have a cylinder in here. If you want to have the same cylinder at this side, we need to select these whole vertices. To do this easily, we can just hover the mouse on any of these vertices and then press L in the keyboard. This will select the whole sub-objects belong to an independent structure. Because there is no face or edge that connects the cylinder with the head mesh, the cylinder is considered to be an independent structure, although both of the meshes belong to the same object. That is why pressing the L shortcut works. Now to access the Symmetrize command, we can go to the mesh menu up here and then choose Symmetrize. As you can see, Blender created a duplicate of the selected mesh at the other side. Now if you look at the creation panel down here, we can still change the mirror direction. If we select negative Y to positive Y, the duplicate result will be created in here. If we select positive Z to negative Z, the duplicate will be created down here. If we select positive X to negative X, then we have nothing. Why? Because at positive X side, which is here, we have nothing. Therefore, we are mirroring an empty area. So let's change this back to negative X to positive X. Okay, so that is how you can mirror meshes using Symmetrize command.